Everything Cat Williams has ever said about this Tiffany Haddish lady, he's been correct. Like, tell us a joke. Where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? Yeah, where are the jokes? Hell,
all these diamonds on my body and they crystal clear. I make magic with these hundreds, watch them disappear. Big ol' raindrops up in my ear. If you gon' name drop, let's get it clear. Jessie, VVS, I just turn the water on. Big ol' flex, shit you never saw before. These niggas chasing me like waterfalls.
Jessie,
Been on my truck, look like Braids. Diamonds in my drum, they just dancing with shining like some shit you never saw before. TLC, they chasing me like waterfalls.
what's up, guys? It's your sister, Jessie. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you like, share, subscribe to join the Black Women's Tribe. Hey, whoa. During Black Women's Haitian Heritage Black Women's Month. Also, if you want to come with me to Cartagena, Colombia, we are going next month, June, okay? So go to wookation.net to sign up. I only have a handful of reservations left. So go ahead and sign up, pay for your trip, and I will see you in Cartagena, Colombia. What else? Oh, if you're not a member of this channel, you're not getting my exclusive videos. So make sure that you go ahead and click on the join button that's next to my name. And you can become a member of this channel. If you're not able to join via YouTube, you can join me on Patreon, the Jessie Woo. And you'll be able to see members only content. It will be cheaper on Patreon because Patreon, I won't be having the giveaways over there. I will be only having giveaways on my YouTube. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this video. Didn't want to hold you guys for too long, but I did want to talk about this Amanda Seales, Tiffany Haddish stuff. So Tiffany Haddish recently was at the Netflix Is a Joke festival, and she did everything but tell a fucking joke while on stage. She went on a rant, and here is her rant.
Colleges, right? I don't give a fuck about that shit. I've never went to college. Why would I care? Why would I care about college? Boo to college? Or boo that I never went? Or boo that I don't give a fuck about the college? Boo that I don't give a fuck about the college? Why should I give a fuck about the college? There's not genocide at the college. I give a fuck about what's going on the other side of the world, but why would I give a fuck about the college? Because of Africa? Because Africa is working at the college? Shut the fuck up. This is the shit I'm talking about. Stupid motherfuckers at the college. I ain't never worked a goddamn day in your life. Do you remember 9/11, bitch? No, forget about it. We were under attack. 11 terrorists blew our shit up. 3,000 people dead. What the fuck did we do, America? Do y'all remember what we did? If you're from the 1900s, you remember. We went the fuck over there. We fucked they ass up, didn't we? I went over there. I flew on a plane. I went over there and did comedy for the troops. I did do that. I did comedy for our American troops.
So, mind you, again, this is Netflix Is a Joke. This is their joke festival. Everything Cat Williams has ever said about this Tiffany Haddish lady, he's been correct. Like, tell us a joke. Tell us a joke. Where are the jokes? Like, where are the jokes? Yeah, where are the jokes? Hell, whoa. Like, when are you funny? Like truly, when is this lady funny? And I'm not even trying to be funny when I say it. It's just, when has this lady ever been funny? Like, for real, other than scripted. You know, she was great in Girls Trip. But that's about it. When are you funny? That's like my first thing. But other thing is, imagine being a Black woman living in America and ridiculing protesters. Like, the entire reason why you're able to stand up and not tell a joke at the Netflix Is a Joke Festival is because Black people before you protested that you would have that right during Haitian Heritage Black Women's Month. Like, there were protesters before you that marched on Selma, right? Was Selma where everything was happening that they were protesting for? No, but they marched on Selma. They protested on Selma. They protested in diners. They protested on the bus. They protested everywhere. The point of protest is to bring attention to the cause, no matter where you are. And universities, colleges, you know, these are staples in our community. Colleges have been a focal point for protesting since protesting has been protesting. It's like Tiffany Haddish goes out of her way to be a dumb turd. Like, if you would put as much energy into telling a joke as much as you put energy into being a fucktard, your career would actually be further. Despite us, like, in spite of us seeing your mind of a pedophile video.
Do me a big favor. Please, can you do me a favor and watch TJ while I run to the bank?
No problem.
I'll be right back. Look, do whatever Uncle Pete asks you to do, okay? Be good. All right, thank you so much. If you need anything, just call me, okay? See you.
All right now.
Because here's the thing, Tiffany. You can pander all you want to the powers that be, but they saw your video. They saw your skit, which is why all your movies were canceled. Rollouts were canceled. You're canceled. And now you're left to pandering to these people that saw the skit. They saw it. We all saw it. Mind you, when Tiffany did this skit when these kids, Tiffany was grown. Tiffany was in her 30s, mid-30s when she did this. You were a grown woman. Grown woman being inappropriate with underage children. You would think after being caught with underage children that you would learn to shut up. You would just learn to shut up. But anyway, Amanda Seales, caught wind of this. And we all know that our good sis, say what you want about her, but Amanda Seales be standing on business. And that's something that I will always appreciate about her, is that she's someone who believes what she believes in and she'll stand up for it. And I do like how she has, used her platform for the matters that are happening in Gaza. Am I saying it right? My Palestinian people? Gaza. And, bringing awareness to it since it's been beginning. I've seen Amanda do this. And so she posted the clip, and here's what she said.
College. I ain't never worked a goddamn day in your life. Do you remember 9/11, bitch? We were under attack. 11 terrorists blew our shit up. 3,000 people dead. What the fuck did we do, America? Do y'all remember what we did? If you're from the 1900s, you remember.
I'm not sure what's going on with sis, but if you want to come to a comedy show where we do care about college and college students and folks who didn't go to college and Black liberation and Palestine and Africa and the Sudan and Congo and, things that matter. If you want all of that, plus a show where you might hear about drug dealer dick, titty pics, savages, hear nigga damn laws, Juneteenth, funny style interviewers. You want to find out what a cotton tickle is and more? Well, maybe come to an Amanda Seales show, all right? Because we're going to talk about all of that and have a good-ass time doing it. You'll also find out why my braids look like this. Link in bio or go to amandaseales.com for the Unlikable Tour. See you there.
Now, do y'all think Amanda was wrong for posting this clip? Let me know in the comments if you think she was wrong. In my opinion, I feel like when I look at Amanda's content, Amanda has been posted for the last, at least year. And before that too. I feel like I've seen Amanda call out celebrities all the time, from time to time, when their politic is harmful to the Black community or to minority communities. And so, I'm not gonna say whether I feel she's wrong or right for posting it, but I do feel like it's on brand for her to post it. And not only that, but this is not the first time that Amanda has posted about Tiffany. Remember earlier this year, Tiffany was somewhat ridiculing people that were saying that certain things were taking place in Israel and other parts, of that region. And she's like, oh, well, I'm going to go there for myself. I'm not just going to believe everything that y'all are posting. And it's literally like, we're still waiting for her to educate us. Because remember, she was going over there to get educated on the truth. And we still ain't get educated on the truth. The only thing we keep getting educated on when it comes to Tiffany Haddish is that you're a dumbass. You know what I mean? But anyway, when she did that, Amanda had posted about that as well. I guess Tiffany caught wind of this and she posted this in response.
Hey y'all, I'm back. Hey y'all. I just wanted to say hi. And I just wanted to give love to those that need it. There's some out there that need it. And I'm just keep it positive. Because some people out here will say they're your friends. And they will constantly actually be hating your guts. Really just jealous, wishing they can be where you are. And then when the opportunity strikes, they show who they really are. I'm really excited about tonight. I'm going to do things that I know those people that say they were my friend, I'm going to do things that they wish they could do. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to learn new things. I'm going to grow. And I'm going to be just fine. And so will they. And I'm glad that my hard work and dedication has gotten me to such a point in my life where they need to use my name to make themselves relevant or to promote whatever they're promoting. And I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me. I'm proud of everyone that actually supports me. And I'm not going to shit on them because they do it enough to themselves. If anything, I curse them with joy. I curse you with all the joy, happiness, success, and abundance that you can handle. And obviously God hasn't given it to you yet because you're not ready to handle it. But you'll get it. And when you do, I'll be sitting right here waiting for whatever guidance you might need, because I just can't hate you. I won't. You can hate me though. And when you're ready to have a conversation like a grown-up, and, since you're very informed about everything, you're so informed. I mean, a real friend that's informed would teach your friends. But I wish you the best. I wish all of you the best. All the haters, I wish the best. I pray for everyone on this planet that they live as long as they can handle life. You live as long as you can handle it. Because it's not easy. But I'll see y'all later. I'm finna go have some fun. There is no room for negativity around me. I'm only growing. I don't know about you.
I don't know. I really want people to find a new word aside from hating or people are jealous of you or whatever. It's sometimes folks are just holding you accountable for the stupidity that you're putting out there. You literally ridiculed college students for protesting. Then you went on the Breakfast Club. I'm not even gonna bother posting that clip, but she went on the Breakfast Club and she was saying, oh, I don't see, these people I don't see them saying nothing about the Congo. Yeah, now you want to mention the Congo. But it's like, it's so funny because she was on the Breakfast Club saying, oh, I see them talking about Gaza, but I don't see them saying anything about the Congo. And it's like, who's they? Because Black people have been talking about Haiti, the Congo, you know what I mean? Like, they've been talking about that for a minute. République de Guinée. Like, Black people have been talking about that for a minute, sis. So who's the they that you're talking about? Could it be the they that you're pandering to? Could they be the ones that's not talking about the Congo? Black people have been talking about issues that affect Black communities and other minority communities since forever. So could you be talking about, could they be the people that you're pandering to? The people who never care about Black issues to begin with? Tiffany, they saw the video too, baby. Every time you get on stage, you're losing your shit. And this has been a thing for you the last 10 years. Like, it's not a new thing. Like, I have not seen anybody go, or I have not heard anybody go to Tiffany Haddish show and leave with great reviews, with amazing reviews. You're just not it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not it. You're not it. You're not it. You're dumb. Stick to the jokes. Stick to the jokes. And when I say stick to the jokes, that's me being very optimistic for you, because I don't think that you have the ability to be funny. But maybe get yourself a writer that can find you some jokes. You know what I'm saying? But I saw somebody saying, oh, Tiffany needs a new team. She has a bad team. She needs a publicist or something like that. And I was like, child, Tiffany has a good team. Because the fact that you're still getting invited to Netflix stuff and like post that video with Aries Spears, sis, you should just learn to shut the fuck up. Matter of fact, if you can't write a joke and if you can't find somebody to write you some jokes, go on Twitter and steal. Like, steal. Do what the scammers do. Scam a couple. Do something. Do something. Because what you're doing ain't it. So I wanted to quickly come on here and just give my thoughts about the teacher who had his students unbraiding his hair in class and recorded it. I know I'm late to this conversation, but for those of you guys who have not seen this, here's a clip.
Let's go ahead and stir the pot a little, shall we? Last Friday, 10 minutes before dismissal time, I decided to live stream my students helping me take my hair out. There was quite the discourse in the chat, which had people saying this was inappropriate and other people saying this was completely fine. There was nothing wrong with what I was doing and people were just making it weird. So of course I had to bring this issue to the big stage. I would like to represent myself in this case, Your Honor, if I may. Number one, for a little context, I had a hair appointment immediately after school and I needed my hair taken out beforehand. I would have taken it out the night before, but that Friday we had a camera crew coming in to shoot a promotional video and I was one of the ones being interviewed. So I had to look presentable, so I didn't take my hair out. I didn't have the time to do it all myself because it would have taken me forever. So naturally I asked about 4 or 5 of my over 100 best friends to assist me in taking my hair out and they all agreed. Number two, this was at the end of class. This week we were doing STEM fair presentations. Since it was Friday and all of my students did an excellent job on their STEM fair projects and presentations, I told them if we get one solid presentation in this class, I'll end class a little early and they can have fun and play basketball, darts, or be on their phones or whatever. And during that time, my team would help me take my hair out. A couple of these were students from my class, but others were students from other classes. I wrote all of them a pass at the beginning of the class period, requesting their assistance 10 minutes before dismissal.
How do you guys feel about this? Initially, I didn't really watch the video, just like based off tweets. I was like, oh my God, you know what? Like, here we go. Here we go. Another Black teacher being targeted, for, just going above and beyond. Like that, like I didn't really think much about it. I didn't really have context about it. I just remember thinking to myself, oh my God, like, of course he's catching all this heat because he's a black teacher. Like, I just remember just having that thought to myself. But then when I looked at the video, I said, oh my God, no. Like, this gives R. Kelly at the McDonald's, okay? This gives R. Kelly at the McDonald's. And I remember saying this on my threads, and of course men started coming for me. Oh my God, how could you say that's not the same thing? It's like, no, yes. R. Kelly at the McDonald's, yes. Anybody who knows the R. Kelly story in and out, you know that R. Kelly was down to the McDonald's a lot because that's where the kids was at. That's where the Happy Meals was at. And that's how he was able to gain a lot of access to young girls, because they were down to the McDonald's. This gives that. I saw commentary on someone's YouTube channel where they were saying that, well, if the roles were reversed, and even him in his video, he's like, oh, if the roles were reversed, nobody would be, mentioning sexual, the fact that this is sexual. And again, I remember seeing that commentary before I actually watched the video. And when I watched this video, I actually disagree. It actually is deeper than sex to me. This is intimacy. And anybody who doesn't see it that way doesn't have eyes. Intimacy is not always sexual. Okay, I talked about this before when we were talking about the Nickelodeon doc, and how so many of those kids who ended up being sexually violated by all those men down to Nickelodeon, it started off with them being made comfortable. Predators know how to romance your children. Predators know how to romance your children. So they know how to make it feel good. And if your child doesn't get the help that they need, they're going to chase that feeling. And then they turn around and start preying on other kids. That is a conversation we need to have. Being sexually isn't always this dark, wrathful, disgusting, painful act. A lot of times children, people who are underage, are sexually by a family member, a family friend, someone who intentionally built rapport with them. And when you build rapport with a person, you get to know what they like. You get to know their movements. Now it makes it easy for you to prey on them. It makes it easy for you to violate them and make it feel good. I think that's a conversation that a lot of people don't have when it comes to children being sexually. That's why a lot of children don't come forward. Cousin Ray Ray made it feel good. It didn't hurt. He took me out for ice cream. We watched Nickelodeon. Intimacy sometimes is someone just making you feel very comfortable, making you feel very relaxed. The fact that these kids are this man's besties and that they're doing his hair and undoing his hair. I even found a video where he has one of his girl students painting his nails. And it's like, I don't send my kids to school to undo your hair. That's number one. I don't give a fuck if it's during the class hours. I don't give a fuck if it's after. As a matter of fact, if it's after school, I'm even more upset. But if I were to ever pull up to the school and see my child undoing a teacher's hair, my foot would have to be surgically removed from that teacher's ass. My foot would have to be surgically removed from that teacher's anus. Because my child is here to learn, not to learn you. I'm sending my child here to learn, not to learn you. okay? But going back to the intimacy, these girls standing around and unbraiding his hair, and and him having the audacity, the gall to record it and post it, that doesn't give you R. Kelly McDonald's? The recording of it all, what's next? This is classic grooming. It's I'm your bestie. I'm your best friend. I'm your brother. This is why so many young girls and boys don't come forward and tell their parents when they are sexually violated, because this was their bestie. This was their bestie. It's that uncle, it's that cousin, it's that bestie. He gave me Kool-Aid, he gave me McDonald's, he gave me ice cream. I finished my work early, so he let me go outside, and he let me do all these fun things, and he let me do things that you didn't let me do. Like, this is how it starts. It is the grooming of it all. It is the getting the child to trust you. That is intimacy. Intimacy is not always, I think people think intimacy is pow, 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 pow. It's not always pow, 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 pow. Just the same way sex is not always pow, 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 pow. Sex is not always pow town. See, a lot of you guys don't even know how to have sex, which is why you don't understand intimacy. Because a lot of y'all just know pow town. A lot of y'all, send up on down, unfortunately, a lot of y'all, all y'all know is bending over your ass and letting your coochie breathe and going to pound town. A lot of you guys don't understand intimacy. And so when you see this, you think, oh, it's harmless. And no. And I'm here to tell you, man or woman, I better not come up to the schoolhouse and see my child doing your hair, undoing your hair. Absolutely not. Or I'm kicking your front teeth in. My child should not have their hands anywhere on your body for an elongated periodically time, and vice versa. You should not have your hands on my child for a long periodically time unless something's wrong, unless you administering CPR to my child, you reviving my child, or something happened to my child needed help physically. Other than that, there's no reason for that. There's no reason for that. He went on to upload a video of him crying.
We really want you to know that we love you and we miss you so much. I can't wait for you to come back. I can't believe that taking somebody's hair out is such a big deal. And it makes me so mad that people make little things big things. I want you to know that the class and others got your back. And we will always stand behind you. And up for you no matter what happens. We got you. Again, we miss you and we love you so much. And can't wait for you to come back. I wish that this never happened because it feels like we're losing you.
Child.
Come back soon. Don't be gone too long, because if you're not back by Monday, I know something's up. But anyways, I also made sure that the classroom was clean before we left. Love you, missed you. Love you, miss you, see you later. Hi, Mr. White. We've been seeing all this stuff going on, and so has your other former students, and I just want you to know that we're standing with you. I'm literally in my junior year of high school right now, and seeing all this, you were my and many others' favorite teacher. Many of you.
Nigga, if you don't get this motherfucker cocking up the camera to cry, I'm screaming.
Of your students and former students are doing our best to advocate for you. You're one of the few teachers that made me really feel like I had a voice and opinion. And not only And not only that, you made learning fun and encouraging. At the end of the day, some people won't understand that some adults genuinely have a good heart.
Oh,
and
Lord.
Have a good heart when it comes to dealing with children. And that's probably... I hope that you're okay.
I'm sorry. We need to take microphone. We need to make microphones at least $1,000 so y'all can stop buying them. It's clear that this man wants the internet's attention. It's clear what his content was geared towards. And a lot of people have pulled up a lot of different videos from him that I'm not going to even bother to post here, but it's just a lot of inappropriate, suggestive content. And it's just inappropriate. Like, at the end of the day, it's inappropriate. The way this relationship that he has with the kids, it's very inappropriate. You never want to put yourself in a situation where your behavior with your students is questionable. And that's exactly what this man has done. I don't know what's inside his heart, but I do know that his actions are extremely, extremely unprofessional. Point blank, period. Like, there's really no other discussion to have. Do you guys feel that he should lose his job? I know that there's a shortage of educators, especially Black educators. And I never, ever, ever want to see a Black teacher lose their job. But this man needs to be fired. Like, he needs to be fired. It's too inappropriate. It's inappropriate. And he needs to be fired and not allowed to teach. You need to go find yourself another job. The texting, no. You know, we were talking about this. I was talking about this on Threads, and it just made me think about a story of mine when I was in high school. And I shared this on my Threads, and I want to share it with you guys. When I was a senior in high school, there was a teacher who most of us girls had a crush on. He was younger and very welcoming. He used to give some of the girls a ride home. It seemed harmless. I asked him for a ride one day. We were alone in his car, and he asked me if my mother was as pretty as I was. And I said, yes. Then he asked me when I was turning 18. Quote, I can't wait for you to turn 18, exclamation point. Quote, I never asked that man for a ride again. This person responded to me and said, I mean, y'all did have a crush on the guy. What were you expecting? Sure, he shouldn't have crossed the boundary of a young kid. He's a creep. But if a teen girl is somewhat being flirty and cutesy with a dude she knows is older than her, it doesn't help the situation. That was the response. Mind you, if this is kind of like the same response we're seeing with this teacher, where there's some people that are seeing this inappropriate behavior, and there's the kids don't seem to have any problem with. Of course they don't. Of course they don't. I'm pretty sure there are kids in his class, there are girls in his class who have a crush on him. You know, when you're a student, and you have a crush on a teacher, one thing I didn't say in my Threads that I'm just thinking of now is when you're a student and you have a crush on a teacher, you don't ever think that the teacher's gonna crush back. Like, that doesn't even cross your mind, because like, you're a kid and you're just, in your mind, you're just like having your little fantasy, but you don't ever think that the teacher's actually gonna crush back on you. You never think that. You never really grasp that. And I remember when he looked at me and he asked me that, I was so shook. I was shaken up. Anyway, I went on to say, somebody else put, but why did you even ask a grown man who is your teacher for a ride home? Like, him giving y'all rides is crazy. I can tell y'all grew up fatherless. And mind you, I forgot to say this in the video, but I did respond to him. I responded. I was 16, 17. He was in his late 30s. I didn't grow up fatherless. My mother remarried when I was about 10, and they've been together for over 2 decades. There were times when I missed my ride home if I participated in after-school activities, hence why I asked for the ride. And he answered me. He said, well, I just don't think it's a bright decision to, one, ask a man for a ride outside the men in the house, nor not say anything because of the reasons you presented, which leaves the next girl vulnerable, in my opinion. And I said, I also don't think it's bright to place blame on a teenager versus a grown man. Just say you're a pedophile and keep it moving. You know what I mean? But it didn't take long for the victim blaming to start. And also the way this man went out of his way to tell me that I'm fatherless, when I know I don't talk about my stepfather, but y'all, I have never grown up without a man in the home. Never. I've never been fatherless. I just don't talk about my relationship with my stepfather because he is the father of my siblings. I have, one sibling from my actual father, and then I have 2 siblings from my stepfather, and out of respect for those siblings, I don't talk about my stepfather. But I have never, ever, ever said on any platforms that I grew up without a father. I grew up without my father, but I've never said that I grew up without my father. And that's another reason why we actually need better educators, because motherfuckers don't know how to listen. But I've never said that I grew up without a father. But notice again how this man made it my fault, and then threw shade at me being fatherless, which, as a matter of fact, if I was fatherless, again, the blame should be placed on the fact that my father was not in my life, or that I didn't have a father at all. But of course, men will never take accountability, and there's that. Like, it's really ridiculous, the responses that I got. So someone had asked me, I hope you told somebody back then. I said, no, I didn't. All the girls loved him, and I felt like as if I said anything, that I'd get ostracized again. I had gone through 2 years of bullying. My senior year was the year that I finally felt like I had friends. I also have always been the person who always speaks up on everything, and I was just tired. I always regretted not saying anything, always, till this day. Furthermore, too, I did put in my thread, the way this man gazed into my eyes asking me when I was turning 18, I just knew he was trying to give me another type of ride. Also, having been violated as a child, I felt away. I just knew what time it was with him. I don't think I ever even greeted him again. I was so shocked. And it's true, like, this happened to me when I was in high school, and just the way this man looked at me and he asked that, I just remember just like something coming over me, and I was like, oh, I can never ask this man for a ride again. And I remember just like afterwards, like I would just see him, and like I wouldn't even, if I saw him, and I would just keep it moving. But then I just was like, man, I don't know if I should say something because nothing happened with me, and I didn't want to piss off anybody else. But I always remember thinking, what if something else is happening with the other girls, But also, I think these were girls that I was trying to be in the in crowd. I had been on the outskirts for a minute in high school, and I was finally like in the in crowd, and I just didn't want to upset anybody. But later on, there were a lot of stories that were shared later on when we all went to college and we kind of reunited, a couple of us reunited, and we talk about him. And there were a lot of inappropriate things that did happen. But anyway, I wanted to bring this up because if you follow me on Threads and you go to the thread, you'll see there are several men in the thread that is blaming me as a victim. And the reason why I want to bring that up is when you look at a video like that, right, of this man and these kids just harmlessly undoing his hair and texting him and, painting his nails and all that, if something were to ever come up, they would refer back to those videos, and those girls would be to blame. It would be so easy to cast blame on those girls because they don't have a problem with it. Look at them. They're just unbraiding his hair. They don't have a problem with it. They're not complaining. They knew what they were doing. Why are they, like, it's one thing for him to ask them, but why are they unbraiding his hair too while they're at school? It would be so easy to blame those girls. It would be so easy to blame those girls. And that's why I'm bringing up what happened to me in high school. Because as victims, you are to blame so many times. It is your fault so many times for being the victim. And so that's why I just come to the conclusion of I think that he should be fired. I think he should be fired and he should not be allowed to teach. But the thing is, too, if you know something about the education system, we're so desperate for teachers that something like this is not going to stop this man from having a job. This man will still work. He will still work. But I wouldn't be surprised if years later on down the line, something comes out about the guy. So anyway, drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about the protesting at the school, the unbraiding of the hair at the school. I want to leave off on this note, right? Just going back to the protests that Tiffany Haddish was calling dumb, that she doesn't get why people are protesting because the genocide is not happening at the college. You know, one thing I've always respected about Jewish people is how they stand up for themselves and how anti-Semitism is universally understood to not be okay. I respect that, and I really wish that Black people had a movement like that, because being anti-Black is so rewarding, especially these days. Black outrage is very rewarding. However, maybe I'm wrong, but standing up for ending this genocide and asking for a ceasefire, I don't see that as anti-Semitism. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but anybody with an ounce of humanity who sees what's happening, it shouldn't be a Jewish versus Palestinian. It should be a humanity thing. It should be this should not be happening at this point in humanity. There are ways to address things without the extermination of a people. And people should not be punished for taking a stance against what's happening there. Students should not be punished for protesting. People should not lose their jobs, or influencers or celebrities should not lose their gigs for standing up for Palestine or standing up for ceasefire. This is humanity we're talking about. I don't know. It's just really sad to see people die like this. And as a Haitian, I really feel like Haiti's the Gaza of the Caribbean, you know, and I know what it's like to look at what my people are going through. This is sad. And I have no words. Drop in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.